involving a nuclear radiation disaster or anything like that, besides the Japan incident recently with the earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't taken too much out of context, like all of the nuclear power plants about to be blown up. But yeah, if Garrett Edwards revisits the radioactivity, atomic devastation design, it could really like bring new light to it, like bring new freshness to it, kind of like more new awareness.
Yeah, absolutely.
The tone of it, Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, we haven't, even in the Godzilla series, not since the 1984 Godzilla, I believe.
Yeah, that was the last one that...
we haven't seen one that it talked about nuclear radiation and the disasters that that come after it.
Yeah, GMK seemed to be a little more focused on having Godzilla as just kind of a symbol for death in general, and World War II. As far as I remember, the word nuclear was never really even talked about in Godzilla's context in that movie, except when they were talking about the nuclear sub, of course. I think that sub was nuclear, wasn't it? When the one he destroyed in the beginning.
Yeah, it was, but they didn't exactly connect it to Godzilla as in he was attracted to the nuclear radiation or anything like that.
Well, yeah, they didn't bring that up, so that's why I said they didn't really bring Godzilla into context with nuclear radiation, which was good for that film because. In the beginning, it almost kind of feels similar to 84 and what it's trying to do, but then it feels fresh in that it's trying to be more about the World War II aspect and the actual radiation aspect.
Right.
So, whenever I watch that movie, for the first third of it kind of feels like a remake of 84, but then the last 2/3 feel completely fresh and original. That's why I love that movie, because it's... And I think that if they're going to look at any specific Godzilla kind of story for some kind of inspiration, I think GMK is one of the best ways to go. Either that or 2000 would be the best things to look at in terms of a story. To just kind of do a simple Godzilla story that has fresh elements to it, but of course is also relevant to today and has the modern conventions of filmmaking in it.
Yeah. Speaking of story, I think we should talk about the Legendary Pictures decision on hiring David S. Goyer to write the script.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's touch on that. You wanna give your thoughts first, since we both did videos on this.
Personally, for me, I'm very pleased with this decision because he wrote the story and the script for Batman Begins, the re-origins of Batman.
The best one, I think, the best version.
And I think he could bring back Godzilla back to his darker roots like he did with Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And just, bring Godzilla back to his dark roots, but at the same time give a new, fresh start to a modern audience.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Batman Begins and The Dark Knight are two of my favorite movies of all time. And just the fact that he was hired shows that Legendary is really trying to do what fans have been begging for years. Do a darker, more serious Godzilla that's both fresh and very faithful to the original, which I think he nailed with both Batman Begins with the character of Batman, and then nailed with the Joker.
Yeah.
He brought both those characters back to life on the big screen, and he still added his own freshness to it with, of course, the guidance of Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, definitely. I know the Goyer working on Godzilla has been getting a lot of mixed reception from fans,
which perplexes me.
Mostly positive. But some people are pointing out that the earlier films he did from the 90s and 2000s,
like Blade Trinity.
He wrote and directed Blade Trinity. He wrote this low-budget horror movie called Puppet Master vs. Demonic Toys, and wrote Jumper and The Unborn. Which he wrote
Jumper?
He also wrote Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance, which is coming out in February.
We'll see how that fares. I'm a little wait and see on that one.
Yeah. I didn't like the first Ghost Rider too much, but after seeing the trailer for the new Ghost Rider, it actually renewed my faith in the character. Anyways, all I gotta say is that those were his earlier works when he was just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta remember, he also wrote Dark City, which really got the critics, working up. It was
I've been dying to see that, and I've never have.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great film. It's kind of like Inception, except that it's about it's about a world controlled by some sort of a secret society that lives behind the walls of this, this world that keeps changing.
I'm not really too worried about spoilers. If anyone out there and watching is, I just want to ask this question real quick. Somewhere I heard that movie was aliens controlling the world. Is that true? I've never really read too much up on it.
Not really. It's not exactly aliens. More like these type of people. I don't know what they are. I don't know whether they're aliens or whether they're something. I don't know. They're just these people with white skin that look a lot like Pinhead from Hellraiser. And I don't know, but
that makes that movie awesome.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie to watch. It's very mind-provoking. It's a really good neo-noir science fiction film. It was directed by the director who directed The Crow.
I've never seen that either.
David Goyer. Anyways, a lot of people are trying to put some analysis on what we can expect from Godzilla based on the script that Goyer will write, based on the films that he wrote in the past. Yeah, he kind of wrote some hits and misses in the past, but
who doesn't?
He's employed with Legendary Pictures now, so this film cannot be a miss.
No, not with Gareth Edwards guiding him.
Yeah, exactly. Like just like Christopher Nolan guided him on Batman. Yeah. Gareth Edwards would guide him on Godzilla.
And
yeah, he wrote the Man of Steel, the Superman reboot, which I'm anticipating a lot.
I can't wait for that movie. That looks so awesome.
Yeah. And I really trust David Goyer with this because lately he's been writing a lot of scripts for films that are based on franchises like Batman, Superman, Blade, The Crow.
Yeah.
I trust him with this, and at the moment, I heard he's producing a new Invisible Man film or television series.
I heard about that too.
Yeah, but yeah, I trust David Goyer in whatever he's gonna do.
One thing I want to touch on really quick, is kind of the monster aspect. Are you for or against there being other monsters in the movie?
I'm honestly, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I was against it originally, but now I'm kind of leaning towards it. It'll be cool to see, definitely.
Everybody's thinking that the whole Godzilla versus monsters element that will be brought into the film, they think it will get in the way of Godzilla being the central element of the film, and I strongly disagree. I don't know if you've ever seen the Incredible Hulk, the reboot.
I love that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it too. I think it's my favorite Marvel film. Anyways, in that film, the Hulk was the main central element throughout the whole film. It wasn't until the Abomination appeared at the last act of the movie and the whole battle just started going out. I kind of think that could happen with Godzilla. Godzilla will be the central point of the movie, and we'll only see the monsters at the end of the movie.
Which is kind of what you saw in 2000.
Yeah, or Godzilla 2000, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really excited about the whole monster versus monsters thing. They will also show American audiences how strong Godzilla is.
Yeah.
I remember back in junior high school, I used to have these arguments with these guys, and this was around the time that Peter Jackson's King Kong remake came out, and I would argue with these guys that Godzilla is better than King Kong, and they would always point at me, King Kong broke the T-Rex's jaw apart.
Yeah.
And I would always throw back at them, well, Godzilla is 160 feet tall, and he spits out radioactive breath.
And he has regenerating powers.
Yeah, but with those arguments, nobody ever won because, in arguments like that, both guys think they're right, so there's no winning.
Exactly.
And for this film, one of the reasons I want the monsters to fight Godzilla is to show American audiences how powerful he is, how strong he is in combat. Much like how to show how King Kong, how strong he was with the dinosaurs.
One thing I thought might be kind of interesting is if throughout the whole movie, maybe throughout the entire first act, they kind of established how powerful Godzilla is against a military and against a city. And then once he comes up against Ghidorah or whatever monster they decide to use or create, they show that they kind of have the monster be a little stronger than him at first,